Breaking news, Justin Baldoni just got a big win, meaning Blake Lively got a big loss.
Also, the judge in Blake Lively's case just slapped down their psychopathic request.
Yeah, are her lawyers dumb? Like, what's happening? Why do they keep making these mistakes and fumbling the ball like this?
Justin Baldoni just secured his third major court victory, and the fallout has sent Blake Lively into full-blown panic mode. This time, Blake attempted to gain access to Justin's personal phone records, including texts and calls, hoping to uncover any dirt. But the judge wasn't having it. In a ruling that had Justin's legal team celebrating, the court outright denied Blake's request, calling it overly intrusive and unnecessary. Now, with her legal strategy backfiring, the panic is setting in.
Team Blake was trying to basically ask for like 2.5 years worth of cell phone records, everything, location, all this data. Listen, it's ridiculous that you're asking for all this stuff because you're asking for 2.5 years, but you claim the retaliation started in August of this summer. So why on earth would you need all that time?
Blake and her team were convinced they had a winning strategy, obtaining Justin's call logs, emails, and private messages to prove he orchestrated an elaborate smear campaign against her. They issued subpoenas to AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile major carriers handling the bulk of calls and texts, demanding years' worth of records. But the judge wasn't convinced. He dismissed the request as a fishing expedition, a desperate attempt to uncover something incriminating, whether it existed or not. Calling it an unnecessary invasion of privacy, the court flatly denied the request.
Yes, Baldoni, you're right. We have squashed the subpoena. The reach was too big, and therefore they agreed that the ruling, they squashed the extent to seek the phone records of Wayfair. The ruling is without prejudice. Live parties, several modified subpoena.
This ruling is a major victory for Justin, who has been fighting to clear his name. For Blake, however, it's yet another embarrassing courtroom defeat, further unraveling her case. U.S. District Judge Louis Lemon didn't mince words in his decision. In a 6-page ruling, he made it clear that Blake had no valid reason to demand Justin's phone records. He emphasized that even without message content, call logs can expose highly sensitive information such as contacts with doctors, psychologists, and personal acquaintances. The judge concluded that Blake had failed to justify such an extensive and intrusive request.
Of course, that could include therapists, doctors, friends, colleagues, business people. It's way too broad. And so what he did is he sent him back to the drawing board and said, you gotta go meet with her again. You could serve a more narrowly tailored subpoena, but you haven't done it yet.
Blake's fishing expedition is officially over. Justin's attorney, Brian Fredman, wasted no time celebrating the win. In a statement, he declared, the court has put a stop to Ms. Lively's blatant attempt to invade our client's privacy. This is a major victory and further proves that her claims are baseless. And honestly, he's not wrong. This marks Justin's third major courtroom victory, and with each one, Blake's case crumbles even further. But instead of accepting defeat, her team is scrambling. Rather than backing down, they're now questioning why Justin is so opposed to handing over his records.
I think what's going on is they're trying to see how far they can go with this judge and how much he will cap them. I think, Andy, you brought up a point earlier, because you don't know what's out there. Right? You don't know what the universe of information is out there. So you're going to go ahead and try to cast a wide net at the beginning. Sometimes you get a judge who says, I'm going to let you cast very wide net. Never as wide as they ask for, which is everybody. I'm going to let you cast a wide net. So I think they were hoping that maybe this judge would be somebody to give them broad latitude, and maybe they were testing it out.
A spokesperson for Blake quickly fired back, questioning Justin's attorney's motives. What is Brian Fredman trying to hide? He claimed he'd release all the receipts, yet he fought in court to keep these phone records secret, the very records that show who Baldoni and his associates were calling during their alleged retaliation campaign. The spokesperson went on to criticize the double standard. They act like it's outrageous to request 2.5 years of call history, yet they feel entitled to demand the same from others. Instead of obtaining these records directly from the phone companies, as we initially requested, the judge ruled that we can still get them just in a more specific way. Today, we're doing exactly that. We're sending new requests directly to the defendants, and we look forward to finally seeing those records. Asterisk, it's clear Blake isn't backing down. But at this point, she doesn't have much of a choice. She needs something, anything, to strengthen her case. And when the judge shut down her bid for Justin's phone records, she took a different approach. Rather than giving up, she brought in former CIA Deputy Chief of Staff Nick Shapiro to manage her growing PR crisis. Blake knows the clock is ticking, and if she wants to salvage her reputation, she needs to dig up something on Justin fast.
And Ryan Reynolds have hired former CIA agents with a proven track record of lying to the public, gaslighting the public.
So, can Shapiro save Blake Lively's sinking ship? Well, he isn't your average Hollywood publicist. He's a top-tier crisis manager with a track record of helping government officials and A-list celebrities navigate scandals, legal battles, and media firestorms. His expertise lies in controlling narratives and shaping public perception. For Blake to bring him in now, it's a clear sign she's feeling the pressure and knows she needs a game-changing strategy to turn things around.
She's quietly working with Nick Shapiro, CIA's former Deputy Chief of Staff and Senior Advisor to former Director John Brennan. So this guy, high up, just about as high up as you could possibly get if he is the Deputy Chief of Staff.
And here's the ironic part, hiring Nick Shapiro is actually doing more harm than good for Blake Lively. The public knows his history, and it raises serious doubts about his credibility. Shapiro has a track record that suggests he might not always be the most honest person, and bringing him in only fuels speculation that Blake is more focused on controlling the narrative than uncovering the truth. Instead of restoring her reputation, this move might just make people question her even more.
And that, my friend, exactly why Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have hired him, because he has proven that he is willing to lie without flinching, that he will straight up lie to protect his clients, he will lie to gaslight the public, and he has proven successful under that model.
Now, Taylor Swift, who was once Blake Lively's best friend, has been dragged into the drama. Sources close to the case reveal that Justin's legal team is compiling a list of potential witnesses who might be subpoenaed, and Taylor's name keeps coming up. Given her past close relationship with Blake, insiders speculate that she may have crucial information about private conversations, allegations, or behind-the-scenes dealings. If subpoenaed, her testimony could either support Blake's claims or completely dismantle them, making her involvement a potential game-changer in this escalating legal battle.
I want to talk about this so we all understand sort of the rights, because clearly Justin's team is going to be out there trying to subpoena Taylor Swift, right? And everybody else that's involved in this case.
Taylor has publicly supported Blake, and there is speculation that she may have secretly funded legal efforts behind the scenes. Now, Justin's legal team could argue that she influenced the public narrative against him. Legal experts suggest it wouldn't be surprising if Swift were subpoenaed for communication records, emails, or even testimony about what she knew and when she knew it.
You are going to depose Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, Taylor Swift, who else?
You know, anyone that reasonably has information that can be, you know, that can provide evidence in this case is going to be deposed.
That's Taylor Swift. She was there for that meeting.
She was there for that meeting.
Okay, well, I'm a lawyer. I know what that means.
But here's the real question, will Taylor fight it? Insiders say absolutely. She has spent years keeping her legal battles private and isn't about to let this one drag her in. However, if the court deems her a key witness, she may not have much of a choice. Meanwhile, Blake's latest legal setback hasn't gone unnoticed. Major publications like Asterisk, The Hollywood Reporter Asterisk, and Asterisk Variety Asterisk have covered the case extensively, with many in the industry now questioning whether she has anything substantial left to fight with. Asterisk, The Hollywood Reporter's Asterisk latest cover story painted Blake as a desperate actress grasping at straws. Her team was quick to respond, slamming the magazine's portrayal as sexist and degrading. Blake's rep fired back, stating, "The portrayal of Miss Lively in this lawsuit is disgusting and full of sexist tropes." This kind of coverage is exactly why so many women fear coming forward. On the other hand, Justin has remained largely silent, letting his legal team and court rulings speak for themselves. After gathering all the receipts he needs, he's taken a more reserved approach. However, earlier this month, Baldoni admitted to struggling emotionally, revealing that the stress of this legal battle has led to significant anxiety. His attorney also stated that the lawsuit has left him financially and emotionally devastated, shedding light on the heavy toll this fight has taken. And it's not just his mental health that suffered, his career has too. Sources close to Baldoni claim the legal drama has cost him 3 major projects, with potential earnings in the hundreds of millions now slipping away. But Blake isn't faring much better. Her legal team has argued that the lawsuit has negatively impacted her career, claiming it even cost her a hosting gig on Saturday Night Live. At this point, it's clear this lawsuit isn't just a PR nightmare. It's turning into a career killer for both stars. Despite Blake's legal setbacks, the case isn't over yet. But after 3 major court losses in a row, things aren't looking good for her. If she continues down this path, she risks more than just losing the case. Her entire reputation could be on the line. One thing's for sure, Hollywood is watching, and we'll be here bringing you every juicy detail as the drama unfolds. So make sure to subscribe and stay tuned.